Welcome back. We know vibe coding follows a cycle: describe, draft, refine, review, repeat. And that's tool's rhythm. But we saw that the human developer is still the most critical part of this equation. So, in this lecture, let's see four human rules, the non negotiable steps we need to take to turn a powerful assistant into a reliable co founder, and skipping these steps ultimately costs more time due to unnecessary fixes. Now, let's look at the rules first and then we'll see some examples. First rule is start small. Generate helper functions, single units, or specific test scripts first. Don't ask for the whole app at once. Second rule is gradually expand. Once the small pieces work, let the agent handle repetitive steps or integration steps. Scale up, don't start wide. Third one is keep reviewing. You are the quality control. Always ensure correctness, security, and quality before committing code. Don't blindly trust the draft. Fourth one is stay curious. Learn why the tool made its choices. Did it use an outdated library? A less efficient algorithm? You can always ask AI this question, that why the choice was made, and then accordingly you can decide. Now let's walk through the outcomes of two scenario by looking onto some good versus bad prompts. First scenario is, let's say you violate the rule first, which is start small, and rule 3, which is keep reviewing. A rushed prompt would look something like, build me a full user registration API endpoint in Node.js that handles input, saves to the database, and sends an email confirmation. Too many tasks within the single prompt, you see? Even at a few points in our demo, when we gave a prompt that handled multiple things simultaneously, we observed that it took us more time to get the implementation done correctly. Also, when we skipped the review, besides compromising the quality, we were unaware of what was happening in the code. Knowing the code is more important than just getting things done. Now, let's discuss more on what can be the outcome of such a rushed prompt. First is misaligned thought process. Because you asked for the whole thing, the agent made large, unprompted decisions. Maybe it chose a different database library or a different routing architecture than your team uses. Since you didn't explain the small pieces first, the large generated output doesn't align with your mental model, making it alien and hard to manage. Second is lack of review. You skip checking the code. The code might be using a deprecated password hashing library or creating a massive security vulnerability. No learning. Because the output is a complex black box, the whole thing breaks and you waste 3 hours debugging it. The output is technically complete but functionally dangerous and unreliable. Now let's see another scenario when we are following these rules. You take an iterative approach, respecting the process, and you follow all the 4 rules. Even in our demo, multiple times the prompt stated the specific task with all the required details, and only after completing and reviewing that task, when we moved to the next step, and then we found the result was satisfactory. The review process also made sure we were following what was happening and if we were going in the right direction. Now let's see the example. A good prompt will look something like write a Python function that uses regex to validate a strong password, where it can be minimum 8 characters, one uppercase, one number, returning true or false. Here we are designing this prompt by giving all the required details, so there are less chances of model doing generating the output which doesn't align with what we are thinking. So the outcome will be a focused, clean, easily verifiable function that perfectly aligns with our first small thought. Now step 2 is we gradually expand. After testing the function, if it works, then we give this next prompt to the tool saying, now integrate this password check into the user registration route setup and add proper error handling for a 400 bad request response. Now, what outcome we can expect here? On this prompt, the agent builds the repetitive route setup, integrating our proven code. Now, step 3 and 4, reviewing and staying curious. Now we read the generated route code. We notice the agent chose try except blocks instead of a middleware validation scheme. So we again ask the AI tool, why did you use direct try except blocks here instead of a middleware pre-check? Now the outcome is the agent explains its choice or admits the middleware is better. So it makes the changes to the code. We learn the subtle difference and then the code gets modified and we accept the changes. So the overall result is the code is modular. We understand every line. The code is more secure because we, the human director, verified the core components first. That's vibe coding that actually works. So to wrap it up simply, start small, build confidence, and keep reviewing. Vibe coding is not about asking for an entire application. It's about strategically directing the tool through small, verifiable steps. Our value is in setting the standards and ensuring the quality. So this was all for this lecture. See you there in the next one. Let's go.